I just want to express something. Okay, so I don't even know. I don't even remember if I gave this a title or not. But what I was thinking from the subject of, if I ever told you that I love you, then I want you to listen to this. If I have ever said the words that I love you to you, whether it was I love you or whether it was love you, however the case may be, heart you, um, if if I ever told you that I love you, then I want you to make sure that you tune into this to watch this. It's kind of striking to me. It makes me it makes me think. There's been a few instances where I have used the terminology "I love you," and hold up, holy can, wait. Not sure what the problem is. You can you hear me now? I don't know. It may be my phone. I don't know. Can you hear me? I may have to go to another phone. Oh, okay. All right. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what was going on, but so I was just really just I was in here getting my stuff unpacked and all from from coming in from being gone for a while. I'm home and it feels good to be at the house. So I was thinking about just really thinking about like like love, just really focusing on it. And I was thinking about the fact that there has been some instances in recent times as to where I've used I've said I love you, and I noticed that nothing was said. It wasn't returned back. It wasn't reciprocated. So I want to talk about that for just a second, and I want to talk about it from my point of view. If I ever told you I love you, then know I love you today. I don't care if I told you 5 years ago that I love you. I want you to know that I love you today. I love you today. I realize something about love when it's real. When it's real, it don't go nowhere. It don't go nowhere. It don't go nowhere. There is a difference with being in love with somebody and loving them. You could have been in love with someone that you shared sensual attraction or affection to, and y'all no longer do that. So you're no longer in love with them. But there's always a part that will love if it was genuine love. A genuine love is the kind that you don't want to see them hurt. You know, you're not wishing ill towards them. You're not sitting there hoping that, something happened to them, hoping that they pay for stuff and all this little kind of stuff. You're not doing that when it's a real, genuine type of love. That's the kind of love that I work to have in my heart, is that real type of love. So I was looking and I was looking, and there's a scripture in the Bible that comes, it is actually First Peter 4 and 8. I'm gonna read it to you. First Peter 4 and 8. It says, and above all things have fervent charity among yourselves. Now the word fervent just is just another word for like continual or a earnest, a perpetual, a non-stop, a to be adamant about it, to just mean you're not going to quit. It says, have that type of charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. Now, he uses the word charity here. And he uses the word charity, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to read to y'all what I seen and what I found as when it comes about the word charity. Because regardless of whether you know it's or not, love is like a struggle word. It's a struggle word. It is a struggle word because certain things can happen to people. And I don't love them. It's a real struggle word. It is. And so charity is used here. And as I looked up concerning charity, because I was like, okay, it didn't say love, it says the word charity. So what is this about charity? Where charity is, when it drops into charity, it's literally denoting that it has something to do with humanity. It's going to have something to do with us. And it says here, it says charity is, in Christian thought, it is the highest form of love. The highest form of love. signifying the reciprocal love. Listen to the word it says. It says reciprocal. For something to be reciprocated means that it is coming from both angles. It's going out and it's coming in. It's being reciprocated. So it says it is the highest form of love, signifying the reciprocal love between God and man that is made manifest in unselfish love of one's fellow man. So it is God's love inside of man, but being reciprocated among each other. God's love inside of a man being reciprocated one to another. That's what charity represents. Because when it says charity, it's literally talking about an exchange between humanity. It's literally talking about us having a love one for another. That is the reason why I say, if I've ever told you that I love you now. I love you now. If I ever said I love you now. You can bet it. You can bet I love you now. I don't care if there's no conversation between us, because I understand that paths go different ways. But that doesn't mean the nature of who you are has to change. Path can go different ways. This is the thing. My example of that is me and Mary Jane, marijuana. We did not have a falling out with each other. We just had to take different paths. Mary is still doing her thing with folk. You see, they trying to make her legal everywhere so she can really do her thing. And I'm over here doing my thing. So it's different paths that we take in life. So it has nothing to do with the fact of not loving anymore. So if I've ever told you that I love you, I want you to know that I love you now. I love you now. What are the things that would cause us to not be able to say I love you to someone that we've said it to before? What are the things? I'm not talking about a sensual love either. I'm not talking about that love where you were in love with a dude, or you thought you were in love with a dude and you're not in love with him anymore. I'm not talking about that kind of love. I'm talking about the kind of love that comes from God. That love that says that I really do love you for real and I'm really there for you for real. What are the things that would keep us from having that kind of love? Keep us from being genuine with each other in that kind of love? I'm going to give y'all a couple things that I think will keep us from having that kind of love. First thing I think is if you did not ever have it. If you did not ever have it. If it was just something that was being said, you have to watch it, because it can be something that's being said based off of what you're able to gain. So an example, I give y'all a parable. If I was only dealing with you because I was able to gain from you, I was able to obtain from you, I was able to possess from you or whatever, so then I may use the word love. But if I'm no longer able to gain from you, if I'm no longer able to heap, from you, then I may not have ever had that love for real. So love was not ever there for real. Another reason why I feel like there is a struggle with us continuing our love for people with one another is guilt. That's another reason why I feel as though we cannot reciprocate love. It's when there is an element of guilt. It is hard for you to say I love you to somebody you dogged out, or somebody that you have caused some type of pain. It is hard for you to reciprocate love. Another reason, I want to give you a third. These are my reasons now. These are my reasons of why I think that we have a hard time with reciprocating love one to another. Another third reason is if I've allowed some type of issue. If I become offended. If I have become offended, it's going to cause me to struggle with reciprocating my love. Reciprocating, it's going to cause me. Okay, so you tell me you love me, but I'm offended with you, so I can't say I love you back. Why? Because the offense won't let me say that I love you back. It won't let me. So my 3 reasons: what? I didn't ever love you at first. That. What? Guilt won't allow me to say that I love you. I'm not able to tell you that I love you if I have an element of guilt. I didn't love you. I didn't love you for real. It's my first one. So I can't tell you. I can't reciprocate it because I didn't love you for real. I was only saying it because it was beneficial for me. I didn't love you for real. Okay, so then guilt is one. And then offense is one. Those are the three reasons why I believe we as people cannot reciprocate love to each other. But I want to tell you, you hear it from my mouth, and it is coming to your ears, from my heart to your heart. If I ever told you I love you, I love you. I love you. I don't have that kind, not that kind, that turns off and on like a faucet. I don't have the in love kind right now because I'm not in love with anybody. But I do have a lot of love in my heart. A lot of the love. I'm talking about the brotherly love, the love that's in my heart. I carry a lot of that. And it is not the kind that you can just turn off. And you have to understand, based off of what was said here, it literally says that charity shall cover the multitude of sins. Talk about the multitude of sins. If we really have an exchange of love for real, then when something is said or something that's done in a manner of a sin, then it is supposed to cover it. That love is supposed to cover it. I understand you can't cover everything because some things people don't want covered. Some stuff they don't want that. That's a whole nother message. Don't want cover. But when it's talking in this context here, it says it covers a multitude of sin. Why? Because my love is much more greater than the opposition that we're facing. My love for you is so much greater. It doesn't matter what has happened. I've been in situations where there have been things that have happened, things that have gone south between me and people or me and a person or what have you. But our love was so genuine for each other. We reunite right back and as if nothing has ever happened before. Why? Because the love is genuine, man. The love is real. It was not a play love. It was not one that was not there for real. It was not one that was based off of a guilt, and it was not one that an offense could take out. If you those three areas right now, if you don't watch those three areas, you're gonna struggle in your realm of love. You gotta make sure that you love for real. When you use the term say I love you, you gotta know that I love you for real. It's gotta be there for real. If I have ever told you I love you, and if I haven't told you, I'm telling you tonight, this evening, I love you. I love you. I love you, man. God is so real to me. God is so real to me that I just don't feel like not loving you is worth me going to hell. I'm just being honest with you. I don't feel like me not loving you is worth me losing the peace that I have gained. I don't feel like me not loving you, it's worth me having to go into a struggle. It's not worth it. I'd rather love you. I'd rather love you. And see how you know for a fact that love is there for you is because I pray for you. I don't pray against not a one of you. There is not a one of you that I pray against. Now, I return weapons when you send them to me. I stamp them RTS. I do that. But I don't originate a weapon for nobody. But I'll send some back to you if you send them this way. But I don't form them now. I don't form them. So I don't sit around trying to figure out what I can do to hurt you. And I don't sit around trying to figure out and hoping that something happens in your life to hurt you. I don't do that. Because love won't let you do that. See, love will see a person in a trap. Love will see a person falling in a ditch. See them going in something they ain't got no business. And love will grieve behind them. Love will literally hurt, Love will literally hurt. That's what it'll do. It will literally hurt because of what it's having to witness, what it's having to see. Love is not going to build agendas against you. Love is not going to work wicked devices against you. That's 1 Corinthians 13, where it says, love worketh no ill towards its neighbor. So I don't sit around trying to figure out what to do against you. I don't sit around hoping that, hey, look, please, I'm going to block that number there. I'm getting